feel like just to add
Anyway.
on to your point, you see the point you made about watermelons, about how it was kind of like a symbolic type food in a way.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So I feel like with this whole thing with the light skins being closer to the power them to the white people them, um symbolically, what's the word?
I think
In a
symbolic is
way,
the right word.
in a way,
Continue.
in your symbolically, in a way, into your psyche, I guess naturally, through time, through instincts, through whatever you want to call it. Um, I guess the light skins have more of a I don't want to say power as in strength, because as a stereotype they prove as the dark skin as more of like the rough tough bully, and the light skins are more like the softer guys, right? But yet but then the light skins are the ones who are perceived as the more handsome ones out of the two parties. So based on that history lesson you kind of gave me and the good people all around the world, I guess they are in a way naturally perceived as someone with, in a way of more power, in a way of like maybe hierarchy or something closer to the
Mhm.
power in a way. And dark skins are someone who are someone who could be a great protector, someone who could take care of themselves. Like when you see all the movies and you see all the people who are like, those memes are like people say like, oh, what I'm like and what no, what's the word, like what I'm actually, no, those memes are like, you're like, oh, what I'm like and what her boyfriend is like, or her father is like that, those
Oh
two
yeah, I know what you
different,
mean. I know what you mean now. I know what you mean.
those
The
kind.
light skins perceived as more attractive than the dark skins.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a common trend that's going on, and with the historical fact that you gave us earlier, I feel like it has to do with maybe, I guess, dark skins are more perceived on just people who are great at protecting and have a lot of strength and power as they were in the fields more than the light skins. And the light skins are perceived as someone who could have a great status and power of hierarchy because they were close to, you said, the white people who were enslaving the black people. That's not 100% right, obviously not. I truly do not know why. I would love to know if you guys know, so you guys can let us know. But there is a common trend between light skins and dark skins um, that are allowing people to really dive into only liking light skins and only liking dark skins. I'm still figuring out what this trend is. What this trend is. So if you guys know what the trend is, please let us know.
Okay. Um, the next couple of questions don't get any easier. Um, okay. I don't know why this happens.
Well, you sound
And I don't think you know why this happens either. So all we could do is just say that it exists and then move on. To be honest.
interesting.
Um, but why do some black people say that you look pretty for a dark skin? Or why do some
Oh,
people say that you look pretty for a black girl? You know, um, I don't know. I
see,
just don't.
see, I feel like
Do you know?
when people say you look pretty for blah blah blah, you look so good. You're actually pretty smart for something. I expected you to do something else. You feel me? Listen. Let me get one thing. Let me just get one thing straight. Your perception of me does not dictate how talented of a person I am in the world. Let me tell you why. Because because I know my worth, I know my value, and one person should never belittle someone else's value. One person may see you as this one-sided way of a character to them to lead to questioning you on why you so pretty when you're this, why you so smart when you're this, why you punctual when you're this, why your pants up when you're this, why you not in a gang when you're this, when you blah 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 blah, all these stereotypical things that they could give you. I feel like their perception has been rewired by someone who thought they know everything about a culture when clearly they don't know as many as many any kind of information. They don't know a lot of information. Wow, talk is hard. But the reason why people do that is because their perception has been rewired and it needs to be fixed by someone who knows the culture. And what do I mean by knowing the culture? I mean someone who is in the culture, someone who is a part of the culture. But I feel like people who give you this questioning or judgment because they thought they expected you to be something else because they were perceived they were given a perception of you by an external source. Because if they lived amongst the people then they would not feel that way. Actually, no, wait, I'm wrong. Let me take that back. Because if they lived in a very, let's say, ghetto environment, in a very bad environment, and they see a really good person who lives in that environment, they would expect you to be like them. I would say is that they group you, remember, actually, no, it ties into what we said in the beginning. Once one person one person does something different, whether it's good or bad, in an environment, in a group of, in a culture, in a group of people, once they do something different, the people on the outside looking in are always going to be shocked they're always going to be shocked on your actions because they're not the same as the majority of the people. When you are not doing something that is the same as everybody else, they will always look at you differently for a good or bad reason, no matter what it is. So when people say you look pretty or you look smart or you look punctual or you look clean or you look this or you look that for this culture, for this background, it's because they grouped you and a bunch of people that act a certain way based on the perceptions that they were given based on their environment or from an external source. Yeah. They've just been grouped. They've been grouped into that one bubble of living.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And that's kind of crazy to think. Imagine someone walked up to you, Brian, and said, you're, I don't know, you're short for a black guy.
Yeah, I thought black guys were 6 feet. Well, maybe all the black people you know are 6 feet. Maybe all the black people you see on television are 6 feet, but this black guy ain't 6 feet. That's what I focus on.
True.
It's true though. Once I realized I wasn't gonna hit 6 feet, I just said, screw it. I'm gonna just work out and work out aggressively. Heck, I will work out harder than the 6 footers than you know. Sorry, that's a different story. Sorry, that's passion. That's a different story.
6 feeder.
6 footers. 6 footers.
This next question ties into all the other questions pretty well, and it's also pretty thick.
So it comes all together.
Everything is thick. Isn't a very appropriate word. No, it's appropriate for this question. Why do some black men only date white women? Hey, I didn't write the question. I ain't even say nothing to you, Brian. It's what the website says. It's what the website says. Are you coughing?
Coughing. I'm sneezing. Oh shoot! Not sneezing. I'm chill. I don't have the. I don't.
You can't say the name, fam.
Oh shit! I don't have the C word.
You just said it.
Bro, listen, don't watch that. I don't have the C word. I don't have the C word.
Cut that out.
I don't have the C word. I promise.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, bro. I'm saying yeah, Brian, as you should you should know, like one of these people. Why do some black men prefer Caucasian women?
I actually don't know. Why do they? I don't know, but I'll do my best to answer. Why do they? Are we just talking about them or other cultures?
Let's start with them and move forward with other cultures.
Bro, why do they?
No racial though. No racial.
No racial. Why do they? Oh man. Oh man. Yo, I really don't know. My best guess is just they wanted to switch it up. That's all I can really say. Like they want to switch it up because they saw, hey, so no matter, even if you live in your own home, some people be living in homes that they don't even like to live in, right? So maybe there's some black brothers and sisters who be living in the black community and don't be liking the black community, so they want to jump ship into a different community and have a relationship in a different community. That's my best bet. That's my best guess. I don't know. Why do they jump ship?
So,
I don't know. That could be for a number of reasons. If not, the second reason is just the heart wants what the heart wants. If the heart ends up being someone who not black, then the heart wants a non-black person. If the heart wants someone who's black, then the heart wants a black person. Those are the only two reasons I can think of. Yeah.
I agree with both of the reasons that you listed. And I think there could also be, a third reason that for some people, there is something like psychologically deep rooted, where they are hooked onto those stereotypes that are still nagging the black community. Some men are still hooked onto those stereotypes about black women that are not the most positive. Therefore, the stereotypes kind of taint their judgment and make them go for someone of a lighter complexion. But just to talk about the first point that you laid out,
the drumming
example. Yeah, an example of somebody that may have a negative experience, or not even a negative experience, maybe too experienced with black women, and want to pursue someone of a lighter complexion, would be, let's say, this random black guy, grew up, only guy in his family, full of black sisters, literal sisters, not even just black sisters, black mom, everything like that. Just too many black women. Not too many, because you never get too many of greatness. Black women are great, Shout out to all our queens out there. Stay woke, keep your third eye open. Everything like that. But that might be some guy, that may tend to, travel to more of the lighter skin complexion, because they've grown up with black women, there's, imagine being like the youngest black man in a household of 4 other black women, plus a mom. I'm just saying, maybe over time, maybe it's that you can only see other black women as being your sister. Maybe it's not even white woman, maybe it's Spanish woman, maybe it is white woman. Never know. And just imagine all these factors playing a role, in someone's psyche. And then them growing up to just, them thinking it's a preference, but never knowing that their environment over the years of growing up in that environment, had an effect on them. And it changed the course of what their preference would have been had them not have grown up in that environment, if that makes sense. Just a possible scenario. It seems kind of, it's unrealistic, really. It's just something I made up, concocted in my head.
Good thing I can't relate to that, because I grew up with 3 sisters plus a mom, not 4 sisters plus a mom. So just want to put that out there.
Yeah. I was talking about Brian. I was talking about.
Yeah. Continue.
The next question.
Oh,
my fault. The next question is kind of similar, but it looks at the opposite end of the spectrum. You feel me? Why is it okay? Why is it okay for black men to date white women, but not okay for black women to date outside their race?
That's a thing.
Brian, what do you think?
I know.
Apparently.
Wow, that's crazy. Everyone out here complaining about everything. Oh my gosh. I'm already
you
frustrated.
just offended somebody, fab.
Like everyone's out here complaining.
This offended an entire genre of people.
Like let everyone live their life. Like why are you complaining? Oh my gosh, let someone do what they want to do. Okay. Why is it okay for black men to date white women, but not okay for black women to date white men? Do you have a historical reason for it? Because the only thing I can really think of is like back in the dark times of slavery, you know, it was usually white men, not white women controlling black men. Like you see on the movies, right? You see it on the movies, you see the facts. It's usually the white men controlling the slaves, not white women controlling the slaves. So the only really relax, calm down with the sound effects before you get someone PTSD. The only, like literally, I don't know all my facts, I don't know all the reasoning, all the history, but literally the only thing I can really think of is just how white men were the ones managing and orchestrating the whole dark times of slavery. So maybe some people see it as that, because you know, like look at all the music, the anger people put out when it comes to the sensitivity of slavery. They don't say the white women, they say the white man, right? You know what I mean? So they don't really say, they don't say, oh, I hate the white women. They say I hate the white man. The white man is trying to bring me down. That whole thing. It's not that. It's not. So I feel like
valid points being made.
Again, I don't.
Very valid points being
quick
made.
Disclaimer: I don't know anything. Nothing. Nada. Zip. But I feel like when a black woman is put in that scenario, people, I guess, want her to hold back because of the history of the white man, that term. But I feel like everyone should just live their life. Heck, I literally just saw that kind of interracial couple 5 days ago at Besco, like grocery store, like everyone can live their life, they can do whatever they want to do, but I feel like people hate that interracial couple because of the history of that term of the white man. But disclaimer: I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I'm just a kid. Just a kid. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. Crazy. Big answer. Big response. I feel people typing.
I agree with a lot of stuff you said. Well, what I think is, it is what you said, but it's also, but it also could be, again, because I don't know nothing. Why are you dancing?
Oh, my bad.
The disrespect when I'm talking to the people and you hear dancing. What type of
TikTok.
robotic dances that? Aren't you African? Aren't you good at dancing?
What's wrong with you to do? Like, what do you want me to do?
That was racist. I don't even care if you're African. That was racist. You just pretend to be a drum. Like, what are you doing?
Like, so what do you expect me to do? Like, I can do whatever I want to do. I see the cute people on TikTok doing this.
So you can be racist if you want to?
No, stop it.
So racism is an opinion?
Wait, stop it. No. Don't turn this on. I just want to look cute like the people on TikTok look cute. Like, they just do the thing. They do the thing. They do the thing.
Anyway, let me just stop this foolishness right here and now. My main reasoning is a lot of black men were killed. Were killed on the spot for a lot of the uprisings, a lot of the stuff, a lot of the, not listening to what master said, So black women, in that time frame, were supposed to stick by their man, be with them. Men were more likely to be out in the fields, while women were more likely to be in the house. There were both parties in the house and in the fields, obviously, like both genders everywhere, but more likely. And then throughout, they still have these relationships. There's still be, slave relationships during this time frame. And it'd be more of the woman to, to consolidate, to be there to help, to uplift, to really be the partner, the guy that the black man needs in that time.
Yes, sir. Big partner.
And then what you said, I think, ties in when African Americans started to gain freedom, or when other, because it wasn't just America. I don't even know why I felt to say African Americans, because all mans were slaves. All different countries had slavery.
Yeah.
But like when that gradually became abolished, right? It was, I think, looked down upon more for the black woman to go to a white man, when, as you said, the white men were the ones that went out, bought the slaves, owned the slaves, had the money, owned the plantation, had all the power, and really showed that power to the black man and to the black woman. And then for a black man to then go to a white woman, it was not as looked down upon. I assume, I guess, I don't know, but it might not have been as looked down upon at the time and still now, because they weren't necessarily the ones in the position of power in that time. In the hierarchy, obviously, white women are still above both black men and black women, but still, white men are seemingly on top of that hierarchy in that time. And their abuse of power, I guess, their abuse of power is what kind of taints that relationship. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's your piece.
What you got about what about other races? Like non-white races.
The only problem that goes with that I hear from people, because I personally have no problem. The only problem that I see people feeling from that is they actually no. I can't really separate like black on white and black on like Caribbean or black on Asian, because they're kind of like, it's still the same thing. It's black and non-black. You know what I mean? So it's kind of really. I see why, like, the white one is a lot more sensitive for obvious reasons, but the other races is somewhat the same, right? Not in a sense of like it's frowned upon for the exact same reason, but it's more, I guess, frowned upon because it's just not a black person. That's really it. I don't really see any. I can't really think or recall anyone getting ridiculed for dating someone who is not. I can't really see someone getting ridiculed for dating someone who is not black or not white. You know what I mean? Like if,
yeah, I know what you mean.
If a black person,
at that point, it's not a power thing.
Yeah,
I guess. And I guess some maybe they'll think of it as like a betrayal.
Like a betrayal. Like it's stay in your community. Really don't date out of your community. Don't date out of your culture. Date in your own culture. Like that's only really. But
again,
reason.
To be honest, as you said, you like what you like, and it's
if you like, if the heart wants to,
people that you might not have feelings for. That's kind of sketch.
Bro, the heart wants. If the heart wants to go with someone like this, go with someone like this. If the heart wants to go with someone like that, go with someone like that. Do what you want to do and love who you want. To an extent,
I agree with you.
Yeah, to an extent. To an extent.
I agree with
you. I see you. I don't have to say the name. I don't have to say the category. I don't have to say the kind of people I'm talking about. You know who I'm. You know. I know. You know. Why should you be loved?
And then to tie into that, age is not just a number.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna say.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Age is not just a number.
I'm not gonna say anything else.
I'm gonna say it again. Next question.
Why? Ooh, this one's gonna hit home for you.
Everything's hitting home and thick. Sometimes just stay. Don't be hitting home I don't even know. Just say the question.
Hey, this one's about to hit the motherland. This one's about to hit Africa. This one's hidden. Why is growing up without a father so common in our race? The black race. That's the African heritage race.
That's so crazy.
Not the master race. We're not Aryan.
Why is that so common?
Nazis.
That is so crazy. Oh wow, you picked the perfect guy to answer this question.
I didn't write these questions. I googled. I clicked the first link.
So my favorite motivational speaker, Eric Thomas, said in one of his speeches, just to sum it all up, he wanted to be the first guy in his family to break the cycle. If he decided to go a certain route, he would continue a trend in his family of doing whatever, right? But he didn't want that whatever to continue. He wanted to break the cycle. He wanted to take his life in a better direction than his ancestors did, so the cycle would not continue for a better, everlasting, happy, fulfilling life. Now, the problem with a lot of families regarding that situation that they are in is because they are in a situation where they cannot, for either self-restricting reasons, self-uplifting reasons, or external reasons, they cannot break that cycle, which means whether it's through being affiliated with a certain group, being in a certain situation which causes a murder, or not having the morals, good morals, to have the responsibility to take care of a child, they continue to stay within that cycle instead of breaking that cycle. You could go so in depth with that topic for hours, but just to generalize it, there is a cycle that people of that kind of situation, in this case, Black fathers, they are not trying to break that cycle. And whatever that cycle may be, whatever situation it may be, they are not trying to break that cycle. And if they try to break that cycle, then they will be able to have a better, everlasting and fulfilling life for their future generations, for their future grandchildren. There you go, for their future grandchildren. But as long as they get consumed or comfortable in whatever cycle they are in, that cycle will continue, and you'd be surprised, it will continue into your son's life, into that son's grandson's life, into that grandson's son's life. It will continue to go on and on and on, whether that family gets affiliated with that same group, or that son gets put into a situation indirectly because of the lack of guidance from a father figure, gets put into a situation that they are gone from the world, or that son is, what was the last one? That son is lacking the foundation on what it takes to be responsible to take care of a family, so that cycle continues to roll on. So whatever that cycle is, that these humans be in, they need to break that cycle so they could, continue to have that everlasting life. You get me? Break the cycle.
Okay. I don't really know what to say about this one, because I'm in kind of the opposing situation.
Yeah, man.
I live with my dad, and I don't live with my mom.
Speak on that. I know there's some people living with their dads and not living with their moms. Speak on that one time.
I'm kind of in a blessed situation. I'm in the best version of that situation, where my mom is still in my life. She's just not in the country. Still very active in my life and stuff like that. How that affect me?
Or not really how it affect you, but like what? Why is there? I know it's majority like the fathers who are portrayed as the people who don't or not in the people's lives, but why do you think there's times where mothers are not in their lives when they gave birth? You know what I mean? It's different. It's different when someone is just there to help take care of a child, even though they did help physically make the child, genetically make the child, but it's different. Yeah, I guess you could say that for that extent.
Not half of the work, half of the material.
Half the material, yes. But if we talk in the process of caring for the child, of actually putting forth the child into the world, bro, that's all women. That's all women.
9 months, yada yada yada.
LOL. That's all women. So for someone to go through all of that process and to give birth to a child and then just not be in that child's life, why do you think that is? Or why do you think that there's a common theme?
It could be a lot of different things for a lot of different people. For my personal situation, it was more so like Jamaica being a third world country and not having a lot of opportunities for, generational wealth and growth and finances and stuff. Gonna need to move to a first world country. So my mom left before me. So my mom went to America when I was still in Jamaica. Went to America, started a life there, started working, started grinding, stuff like that. And then my dad and I went to Canada, where my grandma is. So that was the main cause of that, if that makes sense. That was the main propellant. It wasn't and then there's other situations where it's more like a lack of love, surprisingly. With everything that you said, there are still mothers that don't feel that connection to the child. It's rarer, I guess, because you put all that time and effort to actually give birth to the baby.
Yeah.
It's just some mothers just don't care. That's about it. Mm-hmm. That's about it. And then there's some mothers that are too young, that they're not ready. Maybe if they were in a better situation, they would stay with the kid. They would love the kid. They devote time with the kid and all that. But there's some situations where the father is just in a better position to take care of the kid. You know what I mean? But mom just isn't ready, whether it's financially, mentally, emotionally. It could be anything, but it's just the mom's just not ready to take on the responsibility, and the father is.
Yeah.
Arrows run it up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I wanna whip in her Benz zone. Got a shorty in the friend zone. She wanna go to the end zone. Losing signals, it's a dead zone. So mental gon' let all your friends on. Know you hit me when I'm friends so. Bet you call like an Eskimo. Want me tapping like a presto. She wanna transfer all of my decisions. I had to get up and go ahead and get it. All the streaming got me pushing my limits. As for getting way before I've been sinning. But I've been winning way before I'm winning. I've been there way before they try to kill me.